No, this tower is the oldest building surviving in Florence today. 1,400 years old, still standing. Have you been to Rome?
Yes.
Do you know that Florence has a Roman past? The city was officially founded, just for you to know, 2,000 years ago, in 59 before Christ, by the Romans. Was for long, for 500 years, a Roman city. Unbelievable. We don't see the Roman city today. For long, there was in Florence a Colosseum, a theater, temples, a forum. Today, we don't see the Roman past. The remains hide 5 meters underground. So we have 5 levels of remains in the floor, and we find the Roman streets. Do you know that we also have the most beautiful bronze? You see Perseus holding the head of Medusa by Benvenuto Cellini. Now we walk this way.
You were so barbarian.
I know, because they're all very violent, but you know, you must look at the formal performance. They could, by the way, Cellini cast a splendid Perseus in one piece. Can you believe it? Usually they made big bronzes like this in different sections that were fitted together. Cellini managed to cast a huge bronze in one piece, and I must tell you, you're very lucky that you see the beautiful Perseus back outside in its original position after 5 years of restoration. It was away for long, they had to remove the oxidation. They decided to put the splendid Perseus back outside, but I must tell you, they need to keep away the pigeons. So they put on the masterpiece, if you go closer then you can see it, some electric wires to give to the pigeons an electric shock and to keep them away, because they cause a terrible damage on masterpieces like this. So for long, the most beautiful bronze and the most beautiful marble ever made since the times of the ancients used to face each other in Piazza della Signoria. There's another work that I want to point out, and in case you like it, please take a picture this time, because next time, I hope you're coming back to Florence, you'll see another copy outside. You see the 3 figures grouped in a violent action. It's called the rape of the Sabine woman. We have a young man in the middle. He's a Roman, supposed to be a Roman, trying to snatch, kidnap a beautiful young girl, a Sabine woman, from the arms of her father. You see the man below. The work is very, very famous because it was made by Gian Bologna, contemporary of Michelangelo, in 1584, in 2 years only, from one single block of Carrara marble. Can you believe it? Gian Bologna was excellent at casting bronze. Only when he was 40 years old, he decided to use the marble. Look what he left us. One of the most beautiful and difficult works in Italy today. The young Michelangelo carved the original David between 1501 and 1504. You know, David ready to kill Goliath, symbol of courage. The Florentine regarded David in 1504 as the most beautiful marble masterpiece ever made since the times of the ancients. When Michelangelo was still in Florence, he had just completed his David, the political situation changed. You see the man sitting on the horse? Is Cosimo the first of the Medici. A Medici Pope, Clement VII, Florentine Pope, asked Spain to conquer Florence for him. There was a terrible siege, Republicans against Medici in Spain. The Medici won. The Pope gave the title of Grand Duke to his relative Cosimo. Cosimo became the absolute ruler of Florence. After Cosimo, 6 more Medici Grand Dukes ruled the city with the title for 250 years. Have you ever heard that the Medici are the most important Florentine family of all times? They spent all their money for art. They collected everything, and I must tell you, when the Medici died out in 1743, so a long time ago, they left in Florence the biggest private collection of art in Europe. We must thank all the Medici, but also the last of the Medici. She was a woman. She could not have children. Can you imagine how desperate she was? She knew she had in her hands a treasure, so she signed the document and she donated all the properties of the Medici, palaces, villas, collections of all kinds, to the people of Florence. This was very important because the following rulers, you know Napoleon, he was in Florence, the Lorena from Austria, they could not remove a single masterpiece from this city. Otherwise today so many works would be in Vienna, in Paris, all over the world. So we must thank the last of the Medici. You see the plaque, the white plaque with a line saying il 4 Novembre 1966, full of mud and tree trunks. That's why we say that Florence looked like Venice for one day. You can imagine what was going on. Watch out for the car. Oh no, that's all. This is only the last flood. Have you ever heard? Oh my God, we never know where to stop. See, right, Have you ever heard that the Arno has flooded Florence 42 times?
Oh, really?
42 times. And the last flood caused in Florence a terrible damage. So many beautiful works were destroyed. Thousands of books and documents were lost. And the Florentines, we better move away. The Florentines, so shocked by the flood, put lines to show how high the water was in the different part of the city.
Sorry, Grandma.
Franciscan Church in Florence, built in 1294 by Arnoldo di Cambio, is the second largest Franciscan church in the world after the one in Assisi, where St. Francis lived and died in 1226. And it's so famous today because we say it's the Pantheon of Florence. It has become a custom to bury inside the church the most famous Italian man. So inside we have the grave of Michelangelo, Galileo Galilei, you know, the scientist, the astronomer, Machiavelli, the politician, he died in 1527, he wrote The Prince, Gioacchino Rossini,